This is the fastest way to create dreamy or flashback transition and two kinds of dreamy or flashback effects. So now we have two footage right here. Bird flying. Now what you need to do is for the transition we add adjustment layer. We just drag it right here and just cut it a little bit, just like so. Put it right in the middle. Here I want the transition to be 2 seconds, so I wanted to check the sequence settings. Here we can see that we use 25 frames per second. So what I need to do is just hold shift and arrow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, meaning 25 frames. Back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here the adjustment layer cover the transition up to 2 seconds. Now the first effect would be Gaussian Blur. Usually I use 100 to 150, but right now I might use 125. And click this, repeat H pixels. Nice. So now add the keyframe here, blurriness in the middle 125. In the beginning set it to 0, and at the end set it to 0. Now the second step, duplicate the adjustment layer and change the opacity properties to from normal to color dots. It's gonna give you glowy look, just like so. Now set the opacity, right in the middle you set it to 100%. Then go back to the beginning, set it to 0. And go for the end, you also set it to 0. So by that setting you will find the transition like this. If you feel it's not smooth enough for you, then you can add cross dissolve on it. Boom. And you get this. So this is the dreamy look number 1, which is, I think it is the easiest way to create it, and I got inspired by Skinnyindonesian24 in THNC episode 5, with the character imagining things that doesn't really exist. So the first thing you need to do is make an adjustment layer here. Cool, effect. See, lumetri color. And go to the very bottom, you see vignette over here. Go to the amount, you see some white part, and set the feather. It's good to me. And you add fast blur. Here in fast blur here you can see a circle, an eclipse. Click it, you see this is a mask. Go for the mask expansion, just like so, and setting for the mask feather. Nice. Set for the blurriness like 22. Nice. Maybe the expansion would just like 4075. 47.5. Good. Then don't forget to click inverted. You see now it is blurry, and I like it more when the fast blur on the top of the lumetri color. Then you add an effect called lens distortion. Right here. So you can set the curve factor. I want it to be just like this. Okay, nice. And the next thing, because it is flashback, maybe all the clips like kind of blurry, so we add one more Gaussian blur to the clip. Set the blurriness maybe like 2 only, and copy the effect to the other clip. And the next thing is to add one more adjustment layer, place it on the top, just like the transition. Maybe you just need to change the opacity property right here to color dodge, but set it like only 30, so it's gonna be like quite glowy. And the last part is for the color grading. Usually for the flashback or dreamy, it's kind of more like moody looking. So I got a tips for you. The easiest way to make color grading like more moody kind of stuff is to lower the vibrance and boost the saturation. See, what I'm doing here is vibrance. I'm gonna lower the vibrance. Vibrance is mid-tone. Then I'm gonna push saturation a little bit, and it's like a bit better now with some little change here, setting the color to yellow. So it's gonna be like this. Okay, now we move on to second dreamy look, that we do some like Rgb split. So the first thing we're gonna do is we have 2 clips here. I slow down to 50% and set it to optical flow, and we have to nest it first and duplicate this. And for the clip above, we apply a fast blur effect. Then we go to effect controls, set the blurriness to like 25 maybe, or maybe 27. That's good. Then you see the properties here in Eclipse. Click it, set the eclipse expansion just like the previous one, just like here, and the fader, nice, and click inverted. Now you see there is a nice blur effect. Then you have to nest it one more time and duplicate this. Then you go for effect called color balance. RGB. Boom, boom. Okay. Now the first one, we set it the green to 0 and blue to 0. The second one, we set the red to 0, blue to 0. The third one, we set the red to 0 and blue to 0. And we change the opacity for the first one to screen, and the second one is also to screen. Nice. So I like to set here, the first clip here, we set the scale to like maybe 101. Second clip would be like 102, and the third clip would be like 103. So if you see here, there is a nice RGB split, and if you like to, you can also add lens distortion. Just enhance it one more time, and you go to lens distortion, boom, go to effect controls and set the curvature just like yeah, -8. It's nice to me, and it's done. If you enjoy the content, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'm gonna make it more. And until next time.